Blessed good morning for one and all. This morning, good afternoon, sorry. Good afternoon. I'm looking to do a video of St. Michael's Cathedral, which is in Bridgetown. Looking at the Queen's Park, looking towards the Queen's Park, North Gate, which is known as the Nelson Gate. The Queen's Park, North Gate, in Bridgetown. This is the entrance to the Constitution River Route taxi and minibus terminal. Want to go to St. Michael's Cathedral. This is going to lead you back to the central bank. So this is St. Michael's Row in town. No? St. Michael's Row. The number one beauty supplies is where the Fort Royal garage was. Fort Royal was in this building first. This was the agents from Mitsubishi vehicles in Barbados up until the late 90s. So this is St. Michael's Row in Bridgetown. And I'm going to now go inside the cathedral. Looking back over so right now I'm walking along St. Michael's Row. In Bridgetown. I'm in Bridgetown now, this is the country's capital. I'm now entering the Cathedral Church of St. Michael's and All Angels, which is set in the city of Bridgetown. In this church, you will come across the graves of many prominent Barbadians, both governors general, prime ministers, and other persons who made a contribution to Barbados are all laid to rest in this churchyard. Now reach the cathedral. You can see the lovely pipe organ, the magnificent organ, which is supposed to be the largest organ in Barbados and in the Americas. So this is another historic church in Barbados. This is the console for the organ. This organ was played by many great organists, such as the last three, Gerald Hudson, John Fletcher, and John Bryan. You can see the names of the organists of the Cathedral Church of St. Michael's and All Angels here. All the organists who served this church over the years. And this is the plaque in memory of Gerald Hudson, who was the organist of this cathedral. Gerald Hudson was born the 13th of October, 1897 in Lancashire, England. He was the organist and choir master of St. Michael's and All Angels Cathedral from 1921 to 1974, organist emeritus from 1974 to 1975. He died January 15, 1975. This tablet is erected in his memory by his ever thankful choristers. This is the Lady Chapel here where the choir sits. You can see the bishop's throne and the lovely stained glass windows. This Lady Chapel was erected in 1938. The choir stall and the bishop's throne and so on. You can see there's a tomb under the organist. The current organist is John Bryan, who was the organist here from 1994 to present. And the one before him was John Fletcher. St. Michael's Cathedral has a lovely choir. Now it is known for its Christmas recitals. This is the church where they have the bishop ordination ceremonies and the other big funerals, big services, to ordain the bishops and other priests. So this is the south gate where I came through from, St. Michael's Road. The pipes for the organ here. As I said before, St. Michael's is the largest Anglican. St. Michael's, the organ here, is the largest in the Americas and in the Caribbean. This plaque says St. Michael's Cathedral, dedicated in 1665. Welcome to St. Michael's Cathedral. God bless you. Thank you for your generosity. So in this churchyard, this is the south gate, as I said before. In this churchyard, you will come across the graves of many prime ministers, governors general, and other persons who made a contribution to Barbados. This is the grave of one of our national heroes, Sir Hugh Worrell Springer, who was born the 22nd of June 1913 and died the 14th of April 1994, Governor General of Barbados, February 24th, 1984 to the 30th of April 1990. And his wife Dorothy, Lady Dorothy Springer, is also buried in this cemetery as well. So they don't bury people in this churchyard anymore, since it is filled. No, they bury people bury people elsewhere. Some may get buried at Coleridge, Westbury Cemetery, or another churchyard, but not the cathedral. St. Michael's Cathedral is in the city, Bridgetown. This is the grave of another Governor General, Sir Dayton Ward, who was born May 16th, 1909 and died the 19th of January, 1984. The 9th or 19th of January, 1984, he was also the Governor of Barbados from the 17th of November, 1976 to the 9th of January, 1984. And his wife, Doreen Lady Ward, also laid to rest in this cemetery. This is all Bridgetown here. City. back in the church again. This is the baptismal font. This church was famous for the former priest, Dean Howard Critchlow, who was the longest serving priest at this cathedral. The history of the cathedral here: St. Michael's and Archangel. The first building was consecrated in the year 1665 and accommodated over 3,000 worshippers. The building was destroyed by the hurricane of 1780. The present church was completed in 1789. It was damaged in the hurricane of 1831 but not demolished. The Lady Chapel is in the new extension eastward from the high altar and was consecrated in 1938. The present cathedral sits about 1,600 persons. So all under our feet are tombs. You can see the beautiful stained glass windows. All tombs here under our feet. This church is a similarity to St. John Parish Church. Now going through the north door. This is the plaque in memory of Sir Dayton Ward, which says, yes, show you his grave. Sir Dayton Harcourt Lyle Ward, born 1909 and died in 1984. Governor General of Barbados from 1976 to 1984, who walked with the dignity of true humility, respected and beloved in life, mourned by all in death. This tablet is erected by his widow and children in loving memory of him. To the glory of God and to perpetuate the memory of all nurses who have faithfully served this community, erected by the Barbados Organization of Retired Nurses on the 28th of July, 1985. So this is a majestic church. Now going through the north door now, which should be closest to the central bank side. A brief history of the church. Again, now to the north side now. You can see the central bank of Barbados over here. This is the grave of Sir Gilbert Thomas Carter and his wife Lady Carter, who was responsible for the layout of Queen's Park, which is just up the road here. So Gilbert Carter was responsible for the layout of Queen's Park. His wife, this is the grave of our national hero, Sir Grantley Adams, he was born in 1898 on the 28th of April and died in November 1971. Leader of the government and Premier of Barbados from 1946 to 1958. Prime Minister of the West Indies from 1958 to 1962. And his children, Grace, his wife Grace, born 1904 and died in 1990. And Sir Sidney Lancelot Martin also laid to rest in this cemetery. You can see back across the Crumpton Street. and Lady Martin. So Grantley Adams is a national hero of Barbados. He was the founder of the Barbados Labour Party, which he formed in 1938 on the 31st of March. And he was the father of the second Prime Minister of Barbados, Tom Adams, who was also laid to rest in this churchyard. You can see the Tom Adams Financial Center here, which is known as the Central Bank. Central Bank here. So this is all Bridgetown. Grave. And this is the grave of Tom Adams, Barbados' second Prime Minister, from 1976 to 1985 when he died. Tom Adams did a lot for Barbados. He was the one who invented the Central Bank of Barbados. Tom Adams also invented the ABC Highway, which is the main highway running from the airport to the University of the West Indies. Even though he did not live to see it completed, he started the construction in the mid-80s, but he died in 1985 before the highway was completed, and the highway was completed by 1989. So Tom Adams did not live to see the highway completed. Tom Adams also invented the Spring Garden Highway, now the Mighty Grinder Highway, in the 80s as well, but he saw that one completed, but he did not see the ABC Highway completed. So he also invented free bus fare for pensioners on the government bus, which is the transport board bus, the big blue and yellow bus. So he invented the ABC Highway and the Mighty Grinder Highway, formerly Spring Garden Highway, and he invented the Central Bank as well. So this churchyard has a lot of historic graves in them. These churches have a lot of history in them. These Anglican churches, antique and also pretty. St. Michael's and Archangel's Cathedral. You see the belfry and the clock tower. This is now the western gate. Cathedral Church office, and this is the former lodge, Masonic Lodge. This is the popular discount supermarket on Spice Street. This is the former Harrison's College School. Harrison's College School, which was established in 1733, and it later became the Masonic Lodge. Now it is the property of the Central Bank. So the Central Bank bought over this property from the Masonic Lodge. So there's one big lodge now in St. George. And this is the Cathedral Church here. And this is the Central Bank of Barbados. The Central Bank here. Not as the Tom Adams Financial Center. Former Masonic Lodge, previously Harrison's College School. And this is Airman Alley here, where they said that during slavery, the slaves could not go inside the cathedrals. So when The slaves used to come up here and listen to the priest preaching back in the day. And then when the priest is finished preaching, they will say amen. That's how the name Amen Alley came about. Osprey Street in Bridgetown on the central bank of Barbados.